Blessed born Prince, folks. It is August 2nd, 2023, so no further ado, let's dive right into today's lesson. This is the sovereign God. Scripture is from Job 42 and 2. I know that you can do all things, and no plan of yours can be thwarted. And we have a quote from Jonathan Edwards. It has often been my delight to approach God and adore Him as a sovereign God. Sovereign means He's on top. In word, at the end of his trials, Job affirms God's sovereignty. This is a knowledge of which we do not arrive easily. Faith and experience may bring us to it, but before we arrive at such a statement, we are plagued with numerous questions of doubt. Will this turn out for good? Will God show up or just leave me hanging? Has my sin caused me to miss out on God's plan? We know the right answers to these questions, but our trials invariably cause us to doubt the right answers. Circumstances can be awfully persuasive. We see negative things, and though we know the Word of God is more trustworthy than the vision of our eyes, we tend to put more faith in the latter. When God calls us to walk by faith and not by sight, He wants us to believe in the invisible more than the visible. He wants us to trust His Word. He wants the questions to be answered for us. God's will is not undone by our trials. It is not even undone by our sin. We may lose out on participating in it and enjoying it if we are persistently disobedient, but His purposes will be accomplished. No plan of His can be thwarted. We may take the long and painful way to fit into it, but God is accounted even for that. He has seen all things from the beginning. He knew ahead of time what your crisis would be and how you would respond to it. He has had a plan all along to bring you into a deep, deep faith. Indeed, the conclusion. We may ask our questions of God, but we must know in the end, He can do all things, and no plan of His can be thwarted. Job's repentant confessions in chapter 42 were the most accurate he had yet uttered. God is God, and He knows what He is doing. He has a handle on our future. He calls us to participate in it willingly, but it is already well planned. Take heart in that and know that God is sovereign. It just seems to me that you don't want your flesh to dictate what your future is. You would want His Spirit to show you He is a sovereign one. I'm always saying Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart's like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever He pleases. And He knows what He's doing at all times. And because He guided His way, His living waters unto you, individual salvation leads to family salvation, is what this little Japanese man said, named Bishop June, ain't it? Was that his name? Bishop June over in Washita. He knows the sovereign God. And this little man, he was really humble. He humbled all of us at Washita saying that. Never really thought about it until he said that. So to me, that's like generational curses being broken and staying broken. A lot of good things here. The thing is don't ever try to supersede Him. That's what the devil tried to do. He tried to be the sovereign one over God, and that's a foolish move. He's the most high God. He is the high priest. You can't go over Him, but the devil tried, and that's why he's in hell. And a third of the angels, was it a third that went with Him? That's why there's a third of the angels with Him. They could supersede right along with Him, and instead they're stuck. They're stuck in a place they don't want to be for the rest of their days. And if you don't know the sovereign God, you'll be stuck there as well, right in hell. And you don't want to go there. It's meant for the fallen angels, the demons. It's not meant for us. That's why we give the Word, and we try to give it in love. And the more we do that, the more we give it in love. We don't have to try. It's just naturally going to be that way instead of condemning. There is a time to be condemning, but not all the time. So I'm going to leave it right there. Just know He is sovereign over everything in your situation. And if you're suffering longer, well, love suffers long and endures everything. In your long suffering, you'll endure everything. You'll be on a new level over all devils because of His way higher than all ways. Be blessed in your iron journey today.